In this video, we talk about jumping from space. Oh, and publicity stunts. Yeah, we talk about those too. Unconventional PR. Let's talk about the publicity stunt. Now, reader beware, as Gabe Weinberg in the great book Traction warns, get ready for failure. The publicity stunt can require a lot of effort, can be a lot of input for your team, and at the end of the day, you might be scratching your heads and thinking, did that actually result in any real customers? Let's talk about Felix Baumgartner. I had to look down at my notes because it's not a household name. But if I asked you, hey, do you remember when that guy from Red Bull jumped out of a spaceship and free fell for like 2 minutes? I don't know exactly how long. It was probably longer. You might say, yeah, I do remember that. That was absolutely insane. That's a great example of a publicity stunt. And then we could debate at what impact that had for the brand of Red Bull. Because you might say, what exactly does jumping out of space have to do with an energy drink? And maybe sponsoring things like mountain bike races and BMX races. I don't know why bicycles just came to mind. They're involved in everything, but from sailing to skateboarding. But I don't know that they could quantify and say, after that jump, sales increased 25%. I'm sure they probably could, and those numbers have been released internally, but we can't get those. So one of the ways that I like to try to decide, hey, was that effective? And in what ways is Google Trends. If you haven't checked out Google Trends, it's a great tool that I love to use, we use internally, to basically measure interest. So we talk a lot about removing layers of uncertainty. This is a great place to start. So instead of asking what percentage R value did the jump that Felix Baumgartner made out of space have on revenue on Q3 in 2012, well, maybe instead of starting there, we start with, did it have any impact in interest over time? And clearly, based on this result, or based on the screenshot we're looking at, October 2012 saw the largest spike in traffic for Red Bull. And I should show, this is search traffic for the search term Red Bull, than any other time since 2004. And probably I can say history because I don't know before 2004 if people were searching or if they did another publicity stunt as popular. Clearly that took a lot of time, money, energy. Somebody had to risk their life jumping out of space. But at the end of the day, I would argue that that was a very successful publicity stunt. The examples that Gabe Weinberg uses in the book Traction talk a lot about Richard Branson of Virgin Atlantic and the different ways and creative ways that he announces new products or services or businesses that actually drive media attention. So he might, stand on top of something crazy or have this huge parade announcing a new business that he's launching, and it gets attention. Media show up. So that's the unconventional PR, the publicity stunt is half of sort of that chapter. The other half talks a lot about customer appreciation. And we spend a lot of time internally thinking about delighting customers, both the people that we work with directly on the software side of things, on the marketing side of things, but then also for our clients, different ways that we might recommend. Let's export all of your customers in the last decade and do some fancy Excel work and figure out who exactly are your top 2% of customers, those that have spent the most amount of money in the last 10 years, or the people who have subscribe to your newsletter and open it every time and comment on every Facebook post that you make. Who are those people? Let's somehow show our appreciation for them. And this is not a 5% off discount code, and yes, that would be cool, but think bigger. Think, again, unconventional PR. So you might see a CEO of a large company writing handwritten letters to folks saying, hey, thank you for your business. We really appreciate it. If there's anything you need, here is my cell phone number. I don't know if that's ever happened, but that could be a really cool way to just do something for a customer that they might say, holy cow, the CEO is writing me this letter, and who knows, maybe the local newspaper picks it up, or maybe national papers get wind of it if you're a big enough company. Other ways might be to if you know, oh, I recognize this name, I pack their box every month, they order from us again and again and again, throw in some extra gear. See, delight them with, oh my gosh, there's a package here. I think about Zappos and Tony Hsieh, one of the top CEOs. I don't even think he runs the company anymore of Zappos, but they're owned by Amazon. Anyway, he early in his career would surprise people and delight them with overnight shipping. So they would order it at 5 o'clock the night before if they were close enough to a warehouse, and opted, hey, I'll get it just as delivery, whatever USPS takes, and they would upgrade, and then the next day their new shoes would be on the front porch. And what a delightful experience that is. So think about ways that you can unconventionally reach out to folks and show your appreciation. We also talk a lot about doing things that don't scale. This would be right in that category, and we'll link up to the Paul Graham article, Doing Things That Don't Scale, from Y Combinator. Awesome if you're scaling a business, really any size, it's applicable. That's a really quick look at unconventional PR, and hope you enjoyed it. Check out the articles that we're putting out on this topic, because there's some really fun unconventional PR publicity stunts throughout history that I think you'll find entertaining. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Traction Channels.